Okay, peeps, this is the MISC Freelancer base variant. It's currently $125, or I believe that's 110 British pounds on CIG's website. It is 8 meters tall, 15 meters wide, and 32 meters long, and can carry 51.84 apparently standard cargo units. Although that, like its dimensions, are still subject to change. It can carry up to, I believe, 12 size 2 missiles, that's 6 on each wing. And its current loadout, its guns, is it can carry up to 4 size 3 guns on its body, 2 each side, of which you can see I've currently got the Tarantula GT870 Mark IIIs on attached to it. And on the back, I can't remember what the guns are, it can carry 2 size 2s on a man turret at the back, and I've currently got 2 M4A laser cannons on there, as you can plainly see. Now, this ship, this base variant, is designed for those aspiring merchants out there. It's a good starter ship for those in the £100 to £150 stroke dollar price point. It does have variants as well, but we're not going to go into those today. But I can tell you that the variants, generally speaking, is one's for exploration, which is the one is called the Max, which carries even more cargo, and the other is called the MISC, which is basically a militia version. Just think of a Freelancer with less cargo space, but a ton load more missiles. As you can see, I've just opened the back up, and if we walk in, if we walk to the left or to the right, we'll see these little panels, and they allow you to reclose the back, like so. Okay. Now above me here we have the turret, so if it's in the right place, it'll give you the option to enter the turret. You click on it, the turret comes down, you spin round, you then step into the turret, it goes up, and then you can use the turret. But we're more interested in this part of the ship. Now this part of the ship you can see is the main cargo hold. You've got cargo nesting on the side, and now the cargo in this ship, for those of you thinking, isn't actually designed to sit on these plates here. These little plates. It's actually designed to be stacked along that column there, which would seem more appropriate, because when you come into the ship, you don't really want to be walking around the edge, you want to be walking down the middle. We come to this door, we have another cargo hold. Now I do have a bit of a problem with this cargo hold. Now this is where the design gets a little bit dodgy, because we would assume that you walk down the center of the column, but the way CIG has done this is they're saying that you actually hold the cargo in this area here on these graph plates, and you would actually walk down the left or the right hand side. Could be problematic, but we'll see. Now when you walk into here, as I was doing before, this I have a slight issue with, and the issue being is that, as you can see, you have 2 more cargo areas, but that is the entrance, which means that's going to be very awkward for you to carry cargo through on your own. Also means it's going to take you a long time. Bit of a silly design really, didn't really need this bulk plate here, should have basically just removed it, or made the ship a little bit shorter. Anyway, onward. Now if we come into here, this is essentially the sleeping quarters. I can't call it a living quarters, because as you can see, there seems to be storage containers, and there seems to be what potentially is a weapons rack and maybe a wardrobe of some kind. There is no shower, no sink, and no toilet in this area. So yeah, nobody knows what you do if you need to do one of those things. We do have a control panel here, and this control panel is designed, I would say, to control this area, including opening this door behind me. Now if I turn around and I click, the door opens, I click again, and then the door on the outside opens and the ladder comes down. Okay, of which we'll have a look at that momentarily. If we turn left, we go through here. Oh, you'll notice there's 4 bunks. This ship is classed as a 4-person ship. In reality, you could easily get 5 people on this ship, possibly even slightly more. Now if we come into the frontier, we'll notice that we have 4 seats. One is the main pilot. Our main pilot's job is literally just to fly the ship. We then have a co-pilot. Now, as it currently stands, the main pilot controls pretty much everything that we're able to control at the moment, which isn't that much. But when 3.0 comes out, and more importantly, item 2.0 with it, these 3 additional seats should actually start to make more sense. And the way I would envisage it in the future is the pilot is there to fly the ship and fire the side guns, but these co-pilot seats, well, the way I look at it is this co-pilot here should, in my opinion, be in charge of navigation and power allocation. So do we allocate power to the shields, to the weapons, etc. Whereas these 2 at the back, this one, for example, it could be this one, it doesn't matter, should be maybe in charge of allocating where the power to the shield goes. So if we're being attacked, do we need more power to the front shields, to the rear shields, left, the port shield, the starboard shield, the top, the bottom shields. Whereas this one here could be in charge of allocating things like missile locks, or where the power for the weapons go. Do we want all the power to be at the front, the 4 guns on the body, or do we want to be giving the turret gunner more power for the enemies that are at the back of it? So that'll be, I'd have thought, the uses of these later on in game should make a lot more fun. If we go back here to this ladder, we open the door and we come down this ladder, I'll show you this final bit. Okay, and we will back off, we'll see that that is another entrance into the door, which, I suppose, if you've got a ship full of cargo, then this is probably going to be the most appropriate way in and out of your ship. It's a good ship, it's got decent, at the moment it's got relatively decent range. We'll find out later on exactly how much range it does have. I did forget to say as well, it's got 2 TR5 engines, which is these beauties here. And it has, bear with me, I can never remember this bit. It has 8 TR2 maneuvering thrusters, which obviously is spread throughout the ship. In actual gameplay, the ship itself isn't actually that bad. It's relatively, it's nice actually. It feels nice to fly. Maneuverability is pretty good for it as well. It's probably one of the few ships that I tend to use gimbaled on the front weapons, simply because if you use these weapons gimbaled, even a saber is going to have trouble. And you're a decent pilot, I should say. Even a saber pilot is going to have trouble staying behind you. It's probably the best way of putting it. The weapons themselves, especially as tarantulas, do pack a bit of a punch. I'm not saying a fight in this against a saber is an easy fight. It really isn't. A saber is going to beat you 90 times out of 100. But it's those 10 times out of that 100 where you're going to come out on. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's my first, so obviously you can probably tell it's very rough. Please leave any comments below. I don't mind positive or negative comments. If I get enough positive comments, I will attempt to make a second video on one of the other ships. If you've got suggestions for ships, leave them in the comments below. Thanks, and bye-bye for now.